this is Anna Chi with you, and today we'll try to make a real anti-stress squishy toy. Well, in my previous video, if you remember, I cut different anti-stress toys like a little man, a big anti-stress eye, squishy jumbo popcorn and silicone squishy starfish, and we found out what was inside each anti-stress toy. If you watched that video, you already know that the real squishy jumbos are made of special rubberized foam that is easily compressed and then it returns to its original shape. I rummaged through the internet in search of material from which real squishies are made, and it seems to me that I found it. This is actually called memory foam. Initially, this material was used in space flight to improve the safety of aircraft cushions, and then it started to use in everyday life. I guess you've all seen the soft orthopedic pillows and mattresses that adapt to the bends of the body and thus relax the muscles when you rest, but that's not the point of discussion right now. The structure of this foam is exactly like the squishy jumbo. On pressing, it very slowly returns back to its shape. If you compare it with the usual foam rubber, it immediately becomes clear that this is absolutely different material. Memory foam first freezes for a few seconds and then very slowly rises, while the rubber foam just presses in and out. In squishy, the top coating is very smooth and elastic, due to which the structure of the foam is not visible, precisely those small cells. So apart from the material, we also need to find a special rubber or latex paint. I looked for it almost everywhere, but unfortunately couldn't find it. So I decided to take something similar like that and test it all. This is a super elastic paint that can be applied on almost any surface, even on the fabric. The second option is such an elastic acrylic sealant, which can be also used as paint. Next, I will test such fabric paint and an ordinary acrylic paint. I'm covering 4 different pieces of the memory foam with each of these substances, and then, when they dry up, we'll try to squeeze them. The surface looks dry and even in some places cracks are formed. The next piece I covered with acrylic sealant, which I diluted a bit with water. Here the surface is much more elastic and when pressed it doesn't crack. The fabric paint nicely painted the foam but didn't level the surface, while the acrylic paint made the surface very dry and inelastic. Well, finally I made my choice. I decided to first cover the memory foam with the sealant that levels the surface, apply the fabric paint on top of it, and then we can draw our squishy. Alright, I hope I didn't wear you out with my experiments, so without any further ado, let's make a real jumbo squishy. So if we decided to create our own squishy toy, then why not make something unusual? For example, iPhone X. I took the standard measurements of iPhone X and multiplied each side 3 times. We should have a smartphone with a height of 43 cm and a width of 21.3 cm. The base will be done on a cardboard, and then we'll transfer this drawing to the foam and cut it out. Friends, let's have a deal. In this video, if I'm able to surprise you at least a bit, then you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and also I'll be very grateful to you if you share this video with your friends. The thickness of iPhone will be at least 5 cm, because firstly, it's necessary for the squishy effect, and secondly, if we make it thin, then it won't be able to hold the shape well. Now we need to make the side buttons, and just like before, we'll draw it bases on the cardboard and then transfer it to the foam. I tried to make the thickness of the buttons minimal so that they don't protrude very much, and I can say that this material is much more difficult to cut than the usual foam rubber. Well, in order to stick the buttons to the smartphone, we need glue, so I took such universal glue called Moment that glues practically everything. We'll apply a small layer of it on the buttons and stick them to the right position. Now we'll cover the whole surface of our iPhone with acrylic sealant, but before we apply it, we need to dilute it with water a little, and when the top part dries out, turn it over and apply on the reverse side also. It's better to put a parchment paper under the other side of the smartphone. The sealant takes about 3 or 4 hours to dry out, and when it dries out, we'll start to paint it. First, we'll draw the screen. It will be very bright and colorful with different transitions, so we need these colors. I'll apply the basic colors with a brush, and then I'll make transitions. And in order to make them smooth, it's better to use a sponge or a piece of the same form. Part with the buttons I'll fill in with black, and there will be a border like a strip along the entire surface of the screen. Our squishy iPhone X will be in silver color, so we'll paint the back part with light gray. Here I mixed the white paint with a droplet of black. Well, don't forget to leave a place for the camera, in the middle of which we'll draw a flashlight. I have already transferred the inscription of iPhone, and now we need to draw the Apple's logo. We have got such a huge squishy anti-stress in the form of iPhone X. Well, visually it looks very cool, especially I like the screen with such color transitions. But the best thing is we made a squishy jumbo that we can squeeze and crumble. It's actually very soft as a real squishy anti-stress, and after pressing it returns the original shape. I don't even believe that we've got a real squishy, and that it's in the form of an iPhone, which is really cool. Guys, I really hope that you liked what we made today. And if you want me to continue this content and make more squishes in the form of something or someone, let me know about this through your likes and comments. But it's not over yet. It's certainly all very cool, but I would like our iPhone to be not just with screen, but also with various widgets, like in a real one. Each widget will have the form of a square button with rounded corners and size of 3.6 by 3.6 centimeters. First we'll draw it on a cardboard and then transfer it to the form and cut it out. The thickness should be small. I'm trying to make them in less than 1 centimeter size. So we've got 23 parts. I certainly tried to make them as equal as possible, but it's foam and it's very difficult to cut it out. Now we'll cover each widget with the acrylic sealant on both sides and allow it to dry up. All widgets are completely different. First, we need to apply the background and then draw the figures. And after a very long time, I finally drew all these small widgets. Now we'll lay them in the places where they should be and stick them using special glue. Now our anti-stress iPhone looks completely different. I wouldn't say that it looks better or worse, it just looks different. And if you click on a small widget, it will also have such an effect as a real jumbo squishy. Thank you all for watching this video till the very end. Don't forget to click on the bell icon to receive notifications about the new videos in the channel. And also, if you haven't watched the video where I cut different anti-stress toys, you'll find the link to it at the end of this video. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye!